36 points. Hong Kong Hang Seng down 325, and the Shanghai and China down 10. Europe still in session right now. German DAX up 110. FTSE in the UK up 11. CAC 40 in Paris up a point. Combine that with Asia, you've got 4 markets up, 2 markets down, putting pressure on the U.S. futures this morning. And that's exactly what we have. We've got them to the upside. Dow futures up 263, NASDAQ futures up 147, S&P 500 E-mini up 37.5 this morning. Oil down about 52 cents, 62.77 per barrel. And yes, you know what? If you're in the gold patch this morning, a little bump up $53.20 to 49.4270 per troy ounce, still under 5,000. Silver's down $1.63.4 or $1.61.4, down 2.10% to $75.10 per troy ounce. Again, copper is down this morning, platinum is down as well, palladium is down also. Crypto, we saw Bitcoin, if you were up early this morning or the overnight session, you saw crypto dip below 60,000. Now pushing 66,784, so that's up about 3,200, 3,226 to be exact. So interesting enough, as we look at these last, say, 5 days of crypto and Bitcoin specifically, we've had a nice down week here. I'm sure there'll be bottom fishers there on that. Stellantis, if you follow the car business like I do, CEO automaker is stronger together as the stock plummets amid a $26 billion charge, right? That's with a B for billion, not million. $26 billion charge. They're restructuring their business. They're trying to get into the mood here, pulling back on their electrification plans. No kidding. And again, it's going to be a tough move for Stellantis. And again, that's got Jeep, that's got Chrysler, and a couple others here. And they're not doing too well. The stock's down to $7 a share, and that is really, really amazing if you follow that company at all. Goldman Sachs in here talking about their AI model, and then big news, headline news, Amazon. Amazon sees over $1 trillion wiped out. Well, no, that's big tech. Amazon down this morning. CEO is confident that the $200 billion spending plan is going to show up and take this stock to new levels. So that's what's happening there. But Amazon down almost $20 here this morning, down about 11% here, down to 203. That stock there, again, like AMD, around that 200 level, very significant for the stock. So we'll continue to watch that as we get into the day today. Okay, let's say good morning to everybody here in the room, individually, like a family, and then let's get this day kicked off and ready to rock and roll this morning. Clifton, good morning to you, and DVG as well. Scott V, good morning. Christian, good morning. Steve C, good morning. Mark, what do you say? Thank God it's Friday. Yep, good to see you here this morning. Mark O, good morning. Steve, good morning. Steve C, yep. Seth, good morning, my friend. Vincent, good morning. Scott V, today is small share size Friday for me. Watching NVDA, RBLX, perfect. Thank you for posting. Yep. Mark, MU Intel, yep. IREN, Seth O'Blocks, yep. Perfect. Scott V, good morning. Good morning, Mark. Good morning. Yep. Farah, good morning to you. Yep. Mark O, we have an IPO today. So it's OFRM, right? So make sure that you post that when it does come out here. OFRM IPO is Once Upon a Farm. Yep. Jennifer Garner, yep, I got it. Divide, good morning. And Jay, good morning to you. All right, we've got about 6 minutes to go. Let's roll through a couple of these stocks here that I really like this morning. This NVDA 177, hopefully we get this on the breakout here before it's too late and the stock takes care of itself on the way up here this morning. That AMD over 198 this morning. Really like this stock, and hopefully this stock gets up over 200 today. We'll see if the market continues to carry it. Should be a really good trade this morning. And then MSTR 115 and then 116 add all the way up here as we see, hopefully, the crypto stocks, sorry, 115, the crypto stocks and all companies around it, including MSTR, Hood, and alike, start to get the party started here. And then Reddit this morning, RDDT in the news. We'll read that real quickly here, but I like the stock going higher this morning. Not a big volume stock, so you just watch this here at 160 to the upside. And then last but not least, I got several this morning, obviously. I like Hood this morning, HOOD in the crypto space. Hood long this morning at 78. If you get it before then, 78's a move, actually an add, and then up the ladder here, 79, and then moving higher here. We'll watch MOH to the downside. We'll also watch HIMS, HIMS. You can take that under 22 this morning for a move lower. Okay, we are set to go here this morning. We are live and in color here on YouTube. Thank you so much for signing up, and we look forward to having everybody here in the room today, and we'll get you all set and ready to rock and roll today. So looking forward to being with everybody here. Looking forward to trading. What do you think, DVG, this morning? I know you had some comments earlier. What are the couple stocks that you're watching and why?
Well, a couple of the chip names. So I'm going to just say AVGO and NVIDIA, as you know, those are kind of my two favorite players in the segment, but definitely seeing some mixed sentiment right now with names like MU and even SanDisk. So I'll be cautious there, but I'm already in the AVGO and NVIDIA trade, as well as the coin trade here in the pre-market. So I'll look to add there. CRM is one I'm going to keep a very close eye on. And actually, of all names, Palantir. Palantir is down to $136. Definitely a nice move here pre-market, as well as MSTR, which I normally don't like to go long MSTR, but if I'm long coin, I may go long MSTR, even though they had an absolutely terrible earnings. So those are the names I'll be keeping an eye on this morning. So broad subset, but just try to take it easy on a Friday. Maybe nibble even on some of these positions to hold for a longer duration. We shall see.
Yeah, and good point here this morning. Remember, traders, if you're one of those traders that works real hard during the week and then gives it away on a Friday, like we said before, dial back your share size today. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the fruits of the labor. And remember, one thing that'll make it easy for you to understand is count up what you made this week, Monday through Thursday, and then multiply that times 4 for the month, and then ask yourself, do I really need to be trading today with size? Okay, because you've got your month made or week made this week. Don't give it away today. Don't do something stupid, and let's just have a great day today, and make sure that you're ready to rock and roll for next week. Name of the game is to stay stay alive, right?
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say a quick show of hands how we all been there, and I already know if you've been in this business long enough, we've all been there. So to your point, Scott, let's make Friday an awesome day. No need to force trades. Let's be mindful. So level I'm watching on CRM, actually, I wish I could get in at 191.5, which looks like we pulled back. I wasn't paying attention to your pre-market to just roughly that area, 191.80 or so. 193.72 is a big area that I have. It's a zone, so it doesn't have to be an exact number, but I have that level marked on CRM. That'll be what I put out there as a limit order to the upside. So everything right now, for now, at the open, will be long. That may change throughout the day, but my sentiment is um, definitely a push to the upside because we've just been getting shredded to the downside. So just remember, typically markets have a tendency to move in an AMD pattern, right? So that's accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Remember, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. And it fluctuates between different market opens. So let's keep an eye on how New York trades, how London trades, and how Asia trades. And it's usually in that order, but depending on where maybe we're distributing like we saw on New York exchanges yesterday. Usually the next phase would be what? Accumulation. So let's see if we see some accumulation today. It doesn't always happen. Cue the disclaimer. That's gonna what I'm looking out for right now on names like CRM, maybe even MSTR and Coin. Back to you,
yeah,
Scott.
yeah, it's going to be interesting here to see what um, if these crypto companies get out of their own way today. I mean, the fluctuation has been just tremendous with Bitcoin even today through the last 5 days. So we'll see what happens today. Maybe it starts to climb, and maybe these stocks go for a ride with it. We shall see.
Yeah, I'm in.
Oh,
I'm in. I've got a limit order out there for Palantir at 135.95 in case we decide to gap up. I've got that sitting out there here pre-market before we open. Let's see if we get a push here on Palantir. MSTR I probably won't mess with just yet. And I'll post where I'm planning on getting in here on CRM as well. Ooh, I like this move down. This is good. I'm going to change my entry.
okay,
191.
here's the open.
191.50 on CRM.
Hmm.
No trade Palantir. No worries there. MSTR gapping up. Guys, I'm going to move my CRM trade into 191 now. Okay, move down to 191 if we get filled. Great. No trade Palantir, guys. I'm going to move Palantir down for an entry. This is good stuff. Adding to coin here, guys. Full share size. Full share size coin add right now. Let's go. MSTR would have been nice. Oh well. I have a feeling Palantir I could get a better entry here. This is nice. I don't mind it. I canceled my initial trade here. Probably just go with the market order here in a minute. If I can get a 133 handle.
Hood, nice breakout on Hood.
Okay, 100
Okay,
shares, 134.24. Sorry, go ahead.
No problem. I'm watching HIMS here.
Delete this other trade here from Palantir. Really need coin to take off now. That would be nice. Let's see what NVIDIA is doing here. Yikes.
Here comes the 200 on AMD.
We're in CRM.
Should launch
wait.
over the.
I'm gonna wait on AVGO, and actually I think I'm gonna dump AVGO right here. That's the trouble with pre-market stuff. NVIDIA, I can hold. Big position right now is in coin. I really want to see a push over 160,
Okay.
ideally 162.
NVDA 175. I'm coming in here for my first trade of the day. NVDA long 175. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it 176. There we go. And then
Add to
target's going to
CRM.
be 176.50.
Add to CRM. Like
And here comes AMD. I'm going to come into AMD over 200. I'll post this trade here, AMD long 200.
Okay, I'm going to add NVIDIA here, right around my initial entry here pre-market.
Yep. I'm in here
CRM,
with
baby.
you on NVIDIA. And here
Let's
we go,
go.
176.50. This is a full share size trade. I'm going to come out of this trade right here. Wow. Okay, quick. You see that spike
On
down?
NVIDIA, you're out already?
Yeah, I'm coming out of it right here, right when we go to 177.
Nice. I want 177 and change is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Partial.
All right, big time move here. Big time move, traders.
All right, guys. Palantir, I may hit for half share size here. I need to get over the 200 EMA, which is over 135.70. So I want to see some like a real push above that level. If I see it, then I can add half share size. Coin on the move, guys. Let's get it. 162 target.
202 on AMD. Watch the breakout here to the
NVIDIA,
upside.
baby. Let's go. What a Friday. You know, I probably could have got some back from AVGO, but nah, that's all right. It was choosing a horse at that point, and I had two in the running, so I picked NVIDIA, and oh well. No ad on Palantir yet. Should I go full share size NVIDIA here? Guys, look at CRM. We get over 193.72. This should be a ripper. And then Palantir, I'm actually going to have it sitting at 135. Oh, shoot. Hold on. 135.88 will be where I have my ad sitting. 135.88 Palantir. No partial NVIDIA yet. I said 177 and change, but I feel like we're going to get a breakout over a session. Pre-market highs over 178 would be awesome. Awesome. Okay, let's look around here. Okay, this should be a breakout right here on all the positions I'm holding right now. Should, would, could, different words. If I'm seeing this as a potential breakout, that means the bears are getting ready to put the lid on it. So let's see what happens. Coin looking great, guys. We're full share size on coin. So let's see if we can get a nice move here.
You know, there are those days, DBG, where you have to answer the door or do something, and then you come back and you're just instantly making money. And that's what I'm doing now. Coming out of AMD here, this is a big trade for me at 202. 2 points into AMD.
Nice.
We've got just a quarter of the NVDA trade left. Jonathan, good morning to you. Welcome. Okay, so 2 for 2 to start the day, and then where do we go next? Well, I'll tell you where we're going next. We're going to go with Reddit right here. Okay, RDDT, and we're going to take it long right off the bottom here, 152. And we'll give it 2 points down to 150. But I'm going to nibble on the share size right now. Reddit 152. I got filled. Not a great fill, but I'm filled.
What are you doing, coin? What are you doing?
It's a little spready for me. But that's okay.
Here comes the breakout NVIDIA. Let's go. Tempted to add even more on NVIDIA. Maybe today's the day. Okay, small ad. Just under full share size on NVIDIA. Palantir is waiting for the ad there too. There goes the move on NVIDIA. Let's see if we get a move on CRM. And then the ad on Palantir. We should start to launch here. Let's go, baby.
This is looking good. Reddit, I am in Reddit. We'll go full share size over 155, target 160. This should be, hopefully this is a great trade. This will absolutely make my day if we get this thing going.
NVIDIA breakout, baby, over 178 as planned. Chalk it up. Target's going to be 180. No partial yet, guys. I'm still waiting. In fact, I'm going to put it up there. 180.04. So I'm going to take, hold on. Oops.
Okay, traders, out 200 more shares. NVIDIA, 100 to go on NVIDIA and 100 to go on AMD. Getting the cash register open for business here. Pretty easy trades, right? Bias to the upside and nailed these too. NVIDIA with that dip down, buying it off the dip here was perfectly timed. I'd like to pat myself on the back, but that's a little bit of a risk that you take here. Stop loss on Reddit is going to be 150. Yep. Good for you,
Okay.
Scott. What are
Taking
you
a partial on NVIDIA here.
What are you buying, Scott? Which one? Come on, 155 I'm going to add to Reddit.
No, I'll wait on NVIDIA. 179. I'll take a partial. I don't know what coin is doing. What's up with that? Everything's pushing. No ad on Palantir yet. Still waiting. Still waiting on Nvidia for a partial. This is nice. This is nice.
Yeah, you
Breakout zone.
extended that. Yeah, you extended that. You're asking me what the heck I was doing here, and I'm like thinking, wow, should have just kept the full share size. Really nice move.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
traders.
under full share size on Nvidia. This looks good, guys. We're close enough to 179.
Yep.
Taking a partial right there. Boom. Let the rest run, baby.
Okay. Traders. Flat on Reddit. We'll see if this stock behaves. 150 is going to be my stop loss. Okay.
I just
Good
don't
move.
want to give money back with coin. Palantir, whatever. I can hang on to that for a little bit. CRM's waffling around, but it's fine. You need coin to literally like just rip straight up. Yeah, 400 is big speculative level for Tesla. In fact, the other day when I was short Tesla, um, I was blown away. I was hitting some of the targets. If I remember right, got in like 423, I want to say 425, something like that.
Here that provides some good move and good thought to a lot of people that we're not going to flush out and go to say 50,000. So I think what to answer your question, I just think people will take this day as, hey, listen, we've got a good bounce today. We'll have to see it through. If we hold on today and then Monday comes, do we take another leg up higher? I mean, we'll have to wait and see on that. So really no explanation other than, people getting a good deal in the market and buying it up this morning. I would have thought the other way when I woke up this morning. I thought, man, we're going to be down in the futures because of Amazon and kind of rolling from there.
Yeah, my whole thesis this morning was we will probably pop to start, and then who knows what happens after that. Like, do we start to drop? And the only reason being the pop was basically there's money in the streets for a lot of these chip makers because both Google, Amazon, Microsoft all reported, hey, we're going to be spending more in capex specifically around chips and data centers. Well, the benefactors of that are Nvidia, AVGO, Qualcomm, several others.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So now that it was universal, right? Amazon, Google, and like all the big hyperscalers are coming out and saying, "Hey, we're going to drop a ton of money um, in chips." I mean, we'll see that in names like Nvidia, et cetera, that have already been beaten up pretty good.
Yeah.
So it's really kind of a question of like, okay, well, how high do we go before we go lower? And with these markets, people are accustomed to buying the dip, which is challenging for me because you guys know I'm kind of bearish typically, and the one other motivating factor for me at least was the jobs data came in and it was terrible, like really bad. And anytime you have bad jobs data, obviously has an impact on markets, usually to the downside. But because we're in this like rate centric environment, it's a forcing function to push rates lower. Right? You have bad jobs data, rates are probably going lower. That's just kind of the way it is. Which I'm surprised the stock market's not higher than it is at the moment. Now or never coin. What are you doing? And this Palantir ad, I might be kicking myself because I may end up just dumping this trade. We'll see. Yeah, good call out, Mark, on CRWV. It's a nice move. What's it doing now? Let me pull it up. I have a video up right now. Let me get rid of that. At this point, that's on autopilot.
Okay, traders, I'm out of the Reddit trade. RDDT with a loss. RDDT losing trade for me. Small share size, but it adds up quickly here when the stock drops 4 points.
So the other thing too on coin, part of the reason I looked at coin this morning was Bessent basically said they need to approve the Clarity Act for crypto slash, like, it's not a bailout, but it's basically to say like, look, we want to control the narrative of how crypto works, operates, and is leveraged. If it becomes a potential asset class, aka another form of currency, because the alternative is it'll go to El Salvador. So hence why I was kind of bullish on coin this morning to see if we get a pop into the 160s, because that's a historically big area where it traded for a long time and then it, went parabolic. CRWV, what a rip, Mark. Good call out. Palantir, I'm going to probably dump here, guys. We get in the 132s. It's game over for that trade, unfortunately. No.
I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to come back into Reddit. Stock is broken, high of what, 170 pre-market. Now we're at 145. How about that? 25 points.
I'll tell you, it feels like there's a lot of games being played in these markets. So like old school styles, like say for example, 604.81 was the high of the session yesterday on the Qs. We peak over there and basically false breakout. So it looks like that's the trigger to like, rip the market higher. We immediately run into sellers just above that. So it wasn't right at 604.81. It was just above it to get people excited, like, oh man, this thing's going to take off. And then boom, they just sell into it. So kind of interesting to see. And even like Palantir, even AVGO this morning, you guys saw it. I was in the position pre-market. It collapsed pre-market. I had a decision to make, keep one or the other, right? AVGO versus NVIDIA. We kept NVIDIA, thank goodness. But it was a shakeout. So the question now becomes, you're training this bad behavior of people going like, oh, I'll put my stop like right here. And then they'll just expand the stop. The institutional guys can, because they can do that. But this is we talked about zones versus price levels. They're playing zone defense right now for sure. Like a difference of a point or two could make, a significant difference for a retail trader, but for an institutional trader, they're just like, great, this means I get to buy it cheaper. Or sell it for more, depending on which side you're on. Kind of kicking myself for not taking a partial on coin up at 158, but we did say it's 160s or bust. So cross on this one now.
Well, here's another opportunity. I think AMD, as it starts to come down here, could get into the yeah, there we go. Could get into the into this stock here. Let's see.
Still in Palantir for now. I have to call the guys at Goldman. Just be like, hey, can you guys put out a blurb that Coinbase is the next big investment for you guys, and then just have it go bananas? Barely hang on to Palantir, guys. I'm not going to hang on much longer. I'm just seeing the subtle undercut under session lows that were tried right here at the open. So maybe we bounce here, but if we start moving any lower, I got to dump it for a loss.
Come on.
really dove. Let's see. Yep. Wow, it really did. Hit that level, took my partial, got stopped out, around break even, tank. Yep.
Okay, I'm going to go for it here on the AMD trade. Anything over 203, I'm going to come into this trade for the long side. So AMD long at 203. Small
Yeah, that's a
share
tricky business
size.
in these markets, Scott B.
Yep. Yep. CRM. Yep. No doubt.
A nice push to start. We took advantage of it, and then realistically, it probably could have just switched directions. Like got stopped out on the runners, and then just turned those into a short position. That would have been coulda, shoulda, woulda, you know. But I mean, it's getting absolutely blasted. This stock. It's hit 12-month lows right now. 187.16. The low it just put in is a 12-month low. Puts things in perspective a bit. Nvidia, I think it's time to dump it. We're getting a roll here on the markets. Looks like. I just don't want coin to do that. That would suck. I'll wait on Nvidia. My entry's pretty far down there, so I'll wait. Palantir, we're still hanging on for dear life. Sadly, looking at MSTR on the quote. I'm going to put a 1-point stop right here on Nvidia.
Those of you that are in the AMD trade with me here, 204 target. And if we get through 204 with volume, I'll add to it there and then extend the target to 205.
Good luck, Seth. What else, guys? Let's look around here. MU, okay, 381. I really don't like the way that chart looks, though. SanDisk, same thing, downside. Whoa. What's going on here?
Also, we do have the one IPO today. Those of you that are on the lookout for the IPO, keep watching. Hopefully we get an opportunity to play that IPO today. OFRM, yeah. Okay, there we go.
Okay, I'm going to try MU. I'm going for it. There we go. Not my favorite entry, but that's okay.
Come on. There we go. Come on.
Just a reminder, I will be out next week for a little vacation time out in Canada. Looking forward to that.
Again, 204 target here. 204 target.
Did I just nail MU? Come on, baby. Pop to 385, would you? Still have NVIDIA in play, Palantir in play, Coin in play. Watching Amazon, it's kind of just waffling at 202, so I don't love that. And Palantir, I mean, I'm very close to closing this position out. Well, actually, I'll put so I don't have to worry about it. 132.27, and that'll be a bogus loss for me, but that's okay. It's got no fishing on this trip. It'll just be sightseeing and hanging. MU, I'm going to add over the close, guys. Palantir looks good. Still, Coin looks good. All right, MU add. Boom. Let's go. Baseball bat is out. We're hitting grand slams right now. Coin, come on, baby. Let's get to 160 right now. Big, big gap, bullish engulfing candle. Vamonos. Positive vibes, positive vibes. Scott, MU. I know it's not your ideal setup, but it's definitely a reversal exposure for sure.
That's okay. I just went full share size here on AMD. Target 205. Nice. If I get to 205, my day's done. 2 winners,
Jonathan,
1 loser so far. This could
Jonathan,
be
where you at on Coin, bud?
Big trade. Those of you that took the AMD trade with me, congratulations. Hopefully you have a winner here up to 205 and then through 205.
Come on, Palantero. Look at Palantero now. Let's go. Guys, normally when I see stocks move like that, I've become somewhat emotionless, so I'm trying to add a little woo, because normally when the stock moves in favor, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, that's what I was expecting to happen. So if you guys prefer that I don't cheer on the trades, then let me know. I can just be stoic. That's fine.
Coming up on it here, 205, right on the cusp here, 30 cents away on AMD.
Yeah, no, Jonathan, that's a nasty bullish engulf. So if you were bearish on Coin right now, you are scared. That one bar, we'll call that, it's an igniter candle. And if it was a genuine, like it wasn't a real move, you'd normally see after an igniter candle, you'd see a 50% retrace. And then if you gapped above it, that's a 3 bar for your standard play. Now, the difference is I'd be looking at this because it's such a big igniter candle on a 5-minute, because that same 3 bar could play out now, right? Where we get above, we have this big igniter candle, we see a 50% retrace, which will get out most of the people that have, paper hands. And then if it gets above that previous candle, that's your 3 bar setup basically for a bullish breakout. It doesn't have to happen, right? But oftentimes I'll see people use lower time frames to do, you can do technical analysis on every single time frame, but the bigger the time frame, the more relevant that move is. Guys, MU, terrible. What a terrible move that was. I was chit-chatting instead of taking partials on MU. Yikes. And it just dumped out of nowhere. Boo, MU, boo. Right on, Seth. Be good.
Yep. Seth, enjoy the weekend. Awesome. Awesome. Making money every day. No, I did not take the AMD
Nice.
partial here.
Did you post Tesla or SMCI, Seth? Gotta get you to post those, man. All good. Well, good seeing you. No.
Come on. Not sure why we're getting this pullback here, but
What's that song? Quit playing games with my heart. It's seems to be the MO of the markets right now. As soon as this is dangerous though, because you get stopped out in these types of markets and then it moves in your favor. So then you want to get back in, and then it like look at the coin. Jonathan, we were just talking about that, right? Like big bullish engulf. See a 50% retrace, which puts us right back to like 156.5. We just broke that. So technically that should have never happened. Like if this was a genuine bearish or bullish move, 156.5 should have never broke. Should have come back, test that, and then take off like straight up. Instead, it failed and is right back to almost a VWAP. Sellers or bears are definitely testing the fragility of bulls right now. MU. I knew I hated that chart, but man, this stinks. I'm gonna dump it. Oh wait. Yikes. Yikes. And now Palantir's dumping. No. Well, I have a hard stop on Palantir, so if I get stopped out there, bummer. But it is what it is. MU though, surpriser. I mean, I really was hoping for a 385 print, and we got it. And I was over here chit chatting about other stuff and missed it. So that's my fault. I mean, I suppose, Jonathan, what you could do, maybe just while I'm looking at these other trades and stuff, look at a bigger time frame on coin, like pull back. I would say you start with like go week, day, 4 hour, 1 hour, and you'll see like the 150s. There's a bunch of big spots in this area, but where the 160s are is where you really start to see genuine like support resistance levels. Like, and again, 162 is kind of a big level from a while ago. But we've been up in the 200 space for so long, people forgot about these levels. But you got to go back a ways to see these time frames of where those resistance and support levels were on coin, because it's just been a long time since we've been down here. So
okay, traders, I'm going to come out right here. I'm not going to wait on it at all. I'm going to come out here 204.71. I am out. 204.64. I'm out of the trade on AMD. Now that is another nice trade. We came into AMD at 203, added at 204, and then another full-size pop here. Do I think 205 it has it in it? Yeah, but am I going to wait around? No. So three winning trades. Yeah, 3 winning trades, 1 losing trade, and I'm done for the day, traders. Hopefully, if you're following me, great. If you're following DVG, even better. And welcome to Friday, right? And with that, I'm going to call it a day right here. I'm going to take off. Enjoy the day. I'm going to come back though. Clifton or somebody, I'm going to run out real quick, but if somebody has, if the IPO comes on, text me. let me know if the IPO is any good, because I'll fly back and take a look at it here. I haven't traded an IPO for a while, so I would love to
There
have
was
an
one other
opportunity.
one today too. It's
There's two. I
I
know the
think
one
it was called-
OFRM.
I want to say it's LFTO, Liftoff Mobile. I'd have to double check that.
Yeah. Anyone bigger than the other, or not really?
No, not that I know. I don't know enough about them. And typically, I mean, I don't really trade the IPOs. Yeah, Jonathan, for sure. But it's going to make a decision at some point here.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the IPO today, and let me just see how big they are. Maybe we'll go I like IPO Scoop, if that's what you guys use. OFRM. No, that's not that big a deal. OFRM, 11 million shares today. That one, no. This one, yeah, you got like 3 of them. CAQU, 20 million shares. They're not that big, but we'll see. Okay. All right, I'm done. DVG, have a great weekend. Enjoy your trip next week. Send pictures when you can. Clifton, awesome day. Thank you so much. Seth, Jonathan, everybody contributing today. YouTube land, thank you guys so much. And ladies, we appreciate you. All the females that trade with us each and every day. Thanks for joining us here today. I'll see you back on Monday. Have an incredible weekend. God bless you all. Godspeed. And love the ones that you're with. Enjoy. Tomorrow's never given. So enjoy the day that you're in. And I'll talk to you then. Enjoy.
Scott. Appreciate you, man.
Yep.
And then there were us. What can I say? NVIDIA, guys, I'm kind of just going to hold on to the trades I got. I'm looking around. I don't love or hate necessarily anything that's out there. I am watching for some rotation. MU, it's just, I don't know. I care enough about it just because it's a big mover, but the share size isn't that significant, but I did want a 185 print. So, or sorry, 385 print. So if we get into 385, I'll definitely take some off. So, get some of my money back, we'll say. NVIDIA, though, looking great. I was originally going to get out, but I'm like, my entry was so far down that let's just let it do its thing. But coin is the big one. I still got a ton of money sitting on that thing, and I really want to see a breach over 160. Palantir, we have half share size, and I need to see it get over 137 to like really start making some dough. So that's kind of what I'm rooting for, guys. MU's on its way to this 385. I'm going to get ready to just take some off just to put the risk behind me. I don't want to hold a bunch of these positions because NVIDIA is looking great. Palantir is starting to shape up. Coin is finally on the move. Thank goodness for that. But let's see if we can get that 162 on coin. And if we do, Jonathan, hit that tip us button. Maybe add a buck in there. It doesn't have to be anything significant or whatever. But the idea is we're trying to grow the little tip us thing. If you have a winning trade, or if you have good tips or good advice, or hey, you want to know a specific stock, use that. Frankly, what we're trying to do is use that. Anything that goes into that cookie jar, we'll call it, we're trying to give back to the community from that. So whether that's, giveaways and things like that, it just helps, right? So hopefully you guys are crushing it. It's not a necessity, it's not our way of asking for stuff, but it's just a way to grow the community as we're trying to do this. It's just super helpful. Guys, MU's right around that 385 print. I'm not going to be greedy. Let's take some off right there. And the 384 print, thank you, thank you, thank you. NVIDIA is on its way. Palantir still doing its thing. Yeah, it's fine. What do you guys think? Jonathan, I'm going to ask you, bud. What do you think? Should we take a partial on coin or should we let it rip? You said 162 or bust, right? NVIDIA just breaking out now over almost 182 now. Hanging on to that. Anything else, guys? I'm going to probably clock out here too soon, but what do you guys, what else are you guys watching? Wow, NVIDIA, beautiful move now on NVIDIA. Do we get 190 today? What? Following with stop loss. On coin, you mean, on the way up? That's smart, yeah. I may just take some off to put the risk away and then walk away. I mean, look at that. Just right there. What was that? A point and a half wiped in one move. Well, we have our stop loss put in this in writing. We'll say on Palantir, so I can't lose on that. The only one that I'm a little bit worried about is MU. Nvidia at this point, it's free money. Whatever it will give me, I'll take. But coin is risky business right now. I'm gonna probably have to taper this thing. Shoot. All right, you know what I'm gonna do with coin? I'm not even gonna take a potential loss. I'm gonna go to break even on coin. So it's just below the 155 print on coin. Hey, nice, Jonathan. Very cool. Shoot. Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait on coin. I'll put my stop down there, and then yeah, Nvidia. I guess let's just put our stop at 179.12. Sure. Now just walk away. Let everything play out. I'll put partial on coin here. How am I going to break this down? Give me a second. $162. You know, as I'm saying, I might walk away. Like everything is shaping up like it's gonna rip. MU looking like a full-blown reversal is coming. Nvidia is at the top, trying to break out 182. Palantir right at the 200 EMA, approaching the 135 print. Is this the Babe Ruth swing right here? Are we gonna knock them all out of the park right here? The big Bambino is at the plate. You know what's interesting? You guys ever notice? I mean, how many of you guys watch baseball? Why do all announcers sound the same? You ever notice that? It's bottom of the fourth, and it's 3-2. Jonathan at the, you know what I mean? Like they all have that voice. I don't know how. Anyway, I think it's fun. All right. Any of you guys in the trades I've posted, like MU, Nvidia? I know Jonathan, you're in coin. Palantir. Anybody? Or should we be looking at other stuff so I can kind of keep an eye on some other stocks as well? MU in that 385 print now, because I already took my partial, put the risk behind me. I want to see it breach high of session 392. All right, guys, I'm going to take 50 off of NVIDIA, and then the rest can do its thing. Can always add more later. Oh, nice. Very cool. Nice, Mark. CRW, yeah, it was a great trade. And then right when we talked about it, I think, or you brought it up as what, around $80 maybe? Just around $80, $79 on CRWV. It's a nice push. The only trouble is, does this turn into a little mini cup and handle? Like go to a 1 minute. I mean, obviously it's already breached that area of over 82, but my concern would be like, do we now start to form a candle, or sorry, a handle for the cup and handle here, which would mean a pullback on CRWV. But it looks good right now, no doubt. It's amazing though too to see like the news, like they just flip flop with whatever they're hearing or whatever opinion they want to put out there. What's new? But what I do find fascinating is like the justifications they come up with. It doesn't like when if markets move down 10% or whatever, 5%, whatever it is, people always revert back to like, well, hey, if you go to the store and so your favorite pair of jeans are on sale for 20% off, are you going to say no or are you going to buy them? Right? You get a 20% deal and they never go on sale, right? Like they always use that type of analogy or, how to justify buying the dip, basically. Um, and then when markets move higher with no justification, people are like, well, yeah, what do you expect? I mean, fill in the blank, some baloney reason. Because gold is moving higher, because what, like, no. It's just funny to hear some of the things that people come up with. It's fascinating to me versus just understanding market mechanics. Like, should gold be where it's at? No, not in my opinion, but it is. And so my opinion doesn't matter, you know? Um, but all that to say, you gotta keep in mind that the people that really wanted to buy gold because of its strategic move, maybe it's, backing for an upcoming currency, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, or whatever the other reason is, they bought it like years ago. They didn't buy it like when it's $5,000. You know what I mean? So like it's just, I don't know. Some of these big strategic bold moves that are occurring, like for example, like I was big into this whole nuclear energy play like 6 years ago. Like I was buying SMR and CCJs. I think where I own CCJ is like maybe it's less than $30, I want to say. I could look. Like I own Palantir at $18. Um, let me pull up my CCJ thing. Well, my point is in many cases, these big violent moves, everyone's like, oh yeah, like it's because of these, whatever reasons. And I'm like, no, dude, that's not entirely accurate. $14.34 is where I own CCJ. $14.34. And I'm not just saying that to like brag or boast. What I'm saying is like a lot of times, I'm sure plenty of you guys have, portfolio positions that are, some people I know own, Microsoft and it was like $12 or whatever. But the reason I'm sharing that is it's really fascinating to me to see like the baloney that people come up with on the news outlet. And then the problem is it justifies people to believe it versus understanding what is the reason for some of the move. Now I get it. Part of the markets is a matter of opinion and sentiment and feelings, right? We talk about trade what you see, not what you feel. Like, oh, I feel this should go up. Well, if it doesn't go up, bummer. Like right now, I feel like coin should be moving higher exponentially from where it's at now. It doesn't matter what I feel though, because it's not at 175 like I want it to right now, right? Um, but it's okay to be, part of this is being speculative about a certain A position, B hypothesis, and C a plan, right? So like MU, for example, I like this turnaround, looked like a reversal, almost got stopped out, took a partial. Now I don't care. Now I'm like, I want to see this thing actually play out. Now, two things the way to look at that. One is, should I maybe trade a smaller size on MU so I just see through the whole trade? Because then I survive the downturn and the upside move, so I make more money. Maybe, maybe. There's style preferences for everybody. But when I look at just the overall like narrative, it goes back to, as traders, it's different than from us. From us to investors, the perspective is way different, right? Like, we trade what we see, not what we feel. We're in it for, whether that's 5 minutes, 2 minutes, a day, a week, whatever you're into. But it almost is helpful to turn off the news, is why I'm bringing it up. Like, it's important to know some of the macro stuff, right? Like what's happening in the world, it's good to know. But if it starts to like jade an opinion or bend an opinion in favor of a certain disposition, you're not allowing yourself to think critically about these markets versus going like, okay, like say for example, why is MU lower when all the other chip sectors moving higher? Well, because they're going to need chips, maybe not memories. This is our chance to take money out of our memory position and put it back into chips. So it could be just movement of money for a lot of these big companies. Like, hey, I own, maybe I'm overexposed in MU and I'm a big hedge fund or a big institution. So I'm going to offload my position here because I'm okay with taking this gain of whatever, 15%. And I'm going to go buy NVIDIA and AVGO and whatever on the chip side because I don't have enough exposure there because I offloaded that in the last 3 months. So seeing kind of like those type of tectonic shifts, it's just important to acknowledge, and that has nothing to do with news, right? Like, granted, I know right now, like literally any headline could hit the tape and it could really, really change how markets move and which stocks benefit from it. But all that to say, it's a very roundabout way to say it, is be careful what you listen to on the news because some of it's just a bunch of bull. You know what I mean? Especially as traders. Um. Anyway, I digress. What do I know? Cue the disclaimer. It's not financial advice. It's your money. Do what you want with it. I am so tempted to take some off of coin here, but like I've survived the pullback. Let's see if we get the breakout now. Over 159. I'm gonna start chanting here. 160. 160. All right, y'all. Well, look. I'm gonna hold these positions. We've got MU. We've got Palantir. We've got NVIDIA, which is looking beautiful, by the way, 182.5. We've got Coin, which I have a stop loss, and I'm debating on whether or not to just put 162 as my first partial, or if I get some out at 159, or even now. I don't know, maybe just a quick vote. What do you guys think? I always say pay yourself first. Should I take some risk off on Coin right now, take a partial, or should I wait for the target and get 160 plus? What do you think? First response is what we'll do. Washington Hood. Take a partial. Is that yes, Scott V, for a partial? Transfer says, wait, Scott V says partial. Yeah, guys, rules are rules. Partial it is. Thank you for that, Scott V. Quick to the draw. With Scott and the team, just kind of like, hey, here's kind of where my head's at. And if I can pop in and make a post, great. But Reality is, if my wife sees me doing that, I'm gonna have bigger problems. Look, appreciate y'all. Honestly, it's been a great week. Sorry for the miss yesterday, but literally I was just super bearish yesterday, and I had a bunch of stuff going on, and try to show up early to like post what I was planning on doing, and then we got roped into this, mechanic nightmare, we'll say. Um, Anyways, we'll see you guys the following week. And hopefully everybody has an awesome Valentine's Day. If you don't have a Valentine, go ahead and you can send me a gift. But appreciate y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll see you guys soon. Cheers. God bless.